49er, that's it. Ferrari Nut is going to count us down around this final turn. 2 more turns before that, but yeah, once we hit 24, it is over, guys. That is a cool down lap. We've had 3 cautions tonight, not too terrible. It could have been a lot worse. I believe it's 3.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
We are rounding the final turn. Ferrari Nut will count us down. Final time tonight. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. It is going to get crazy, and here we go. Let's see what kind of start J-Mac gets as we start off. Ferrari Nut is out. J-Mac going, wow, that's garbage on literally no fuel here. Let's see how they go.
Whoa! Oh, no.
J-Mac crosses underneath, takes over the lead. Black screen, I hate to see it. What's going on here? Where did WoW go?
I think he may have, I don't want to say it on the air, but he may have bailed on us?
I don't know if he bailed or
yes,
he lagged out.
Why was the DNF?
Man, I don't want to see that incredible race. I don't know if he was too close on fuel or lagged out, but brutal. But we have J-Mac underneath our leader of Ferrari Nut. Overtakes, almost can't hold on to it. Ferrari Nut is still your leader. J-Mac in second. Duke just behind him in third. This is going to be an incredible final few turns here. J-Mac flies past him through the straightaway. These guys are going 3 wide. What in the world is going on here? This is incredible. Look at this on the replay side of it. Duke the Rebel in first. Ferrari falls back to third. J-Mac in second. 3 wide again. This is going to be a heck of a turn. Man, I am speechless. These guys are incredible. Duke the Rebel and Ferrari battling it out again for first place. This is insane. Ferrari Nut getting so loose there from a tap from Duke. Almost going 3 wide again. What are they going to do? J-Mac overextends it too much. Ferrari Nut, he is your current leader. We're coming around the final turn. Can he hold on to it? J-Mac in second. Votek in third. No clue what happened to Duke the Rebel, but Ferrari Nut is going to capture the 5th win here at COTA. Congratulations to him. J-Mac in second. Votek coming out in third, grabbing a podium finish.
Wow.
Duke the Rebel, 1 lap shootout. It's going to be close. They're going to have to keep it clean, 49er. That's it. Ferrari Nut is going to count us down around this final turn. All right, guys. Hope you're doing well tonight. Quick mic check. Make sure everything is going good. Man, if you guys missed that race, you definitely need to go back and revisit that because it was a crazy race, a lot of high emotions. But we're going to see what happens here tonight. But good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SnB's Indycar Series, Round 10 at the Grand Prix of Sebring, America's oldest road racing track. After last week's rough race and high emotions at COTA, things are definitely going to be interesting here tonight. We're going to see what happens, but we're all set. In the forecast, as you can see on screen, is calling for rain, so we're going to see some slippery conditions tonight. But before we get to the race, we have our driver spotlight, who is with rookie driver Votek, who pilots the number 76 car for A-Tech Racing. He is currently sitting in 8th with 56 points, and 5th in team points with 94 points. What's up, Votek? How are ya?
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And you're coming off a season high podium finish from last race. So after having your best finish of the season with a P3 and you survived COTA, what's your strategy going into tonight at Sebring?
Survive. Just got to keep the car on track, which is going to be hard to do in this weather. For me, honestly, I don't have much to give the competition right now, so my strategy's just hope that everybody in front of me wrecks, and I'll just be able to do what I did last week. Last week I got really lucky with all the stuff that happened on the last lap, but just managed to keep my nose clean, and that's basically the strategy for a lot of us guys in the back is just just run a clean race and hope that luck goes your way. And last week it did.
Yeah, it was a crazy race. And from your point of view, how did last week's race go? I mean, I know you finished podium, but was there anything crazy that you're involved with?
Not really. I just
Stayed
kept
clean.
my head down. Yeah, just
Yeah.
kept my nose clean. Last race, on the pit strategy, we I was able to lead a lap or two. I think it was just one. So there's that. With all of that happening, it gave us pretty good tires on the last restart, because I know that some people their tires just gave out on them. So a little bit of strategy helped us there, but
Right.
you know,
Yeah, definitely an awesome race to see you come home in the top 3 positions. So that was awesome. All right, Votech, what's something we don't know about you?
what's something you don't know about me? Well, I do a lot of singing.
Wait.
In the process of
You sing?
yeah. I mean, on Twitter I've posted some of the videos, but
Really?
mean,
I'm gonna have to go look
right
at
now,
this.
yeah. So I'm in the process of getting people together to start a band. So
Nice.
hopefully that comes to fruition. So yeah,
Yeah.
but that's something about me.
That's pretty cool. I did not know that. We might have to have you sing a little ditty at some point on here.
Ooh. I don't know about that.
I tried.
Maybe.
All right, Votech, what is the most memorable race you participated in and why?
Well, this is gonna be a little bit of an oddball one, but this goes back to my Halo days, back when
Yeah.
me, Flowdog, Skyland, what we did on Halo was we would build tracks using the Forge editor, and we'd recreate tracks, we'd make our own custom tracks, and we'd have a league where we would race them. And it sounds ridiculous, but it actually worked pretty well, and there's a good actual community of multiple leagues coming together. And my first race in the top series for that league was on the last lap a 4 wide finish. I
Oh,
wasn't
geez.
a part of it because there's 4 wide finish. So that was a lot. That was a lot of fun. That's one of the races that just kind of sticks out to me from that league.
Heck yeah.
It's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame that we don't do it anymore. But people come and go, and
Right.
the stuff that we do changes. So it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, that's cool. I've heard you guys talk about that a lot. I used to play Halo, but I didn't even know that was a thing, so I must have quit before that came along. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a very niche community, so you really had to do some digging to
Yeah.
actually find that stuff.
Gotcha. All right, Votech, what is your favorite type of racing?
It had to be NASCAR. I've been a NASCAR fan ever since I was a toddler, basically. And yesterday I was at the New Hampshire race. Enjoyed myself very much. NASCAR is definitely my go-to.
Very cool. All right, your last question. It's an easy question, hopefully. You're at a car dealership and are told you can take any car home they have. What car are you taking home?
Well, I'm a simple man. I don't need much to get me through. So I think my favorite car that I would want to get is a Gen 4 Mustang. I've always liked that look. So probably later in like the 2000 to 2004 that style. I definitely pick one of those up.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I like your car choice. Votech, thank you so much for being in the booth. You heard it here. This is your
Yeah, thank
driver
you.
spotlight for tonight. He's going to be joining with us tonight throughout the race. If we have a caution, we're going to be talking with him and seeing his point of view on how things are going, how his car is feeling. But we also have 49er in the booth, as always. What's happening, 49er?
Yo, what's up? Good
Not
luck
too
today
much.
For tonight,
Yeah.
Votech.
Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna go talk to the drivers now. So thank you for having me, and hopefully we have a good race.
Absolutely. You go talk to the drivers. I know you're in there with Discord and they're getting ready to start qualifying, but man, how about that race last week, 49er? That was intense. Yet a 3-wide battle for the lead all the way to the finish line. I know there was some high emotions, but do you think we're going to see any of that tonight?
Yeah, yeah, I hope not. I'd love to see the intensity and, the not so much the drama, but just the good racing. We're at Sebring where it's always raining, and that's enough in itself. So yeah, we could do without, you know, some of the things that happened last week, but that just
Yeah.
shows, you know, how important these races are to these drivers, and they want those points. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we had a lot of guys penalized last week over that race. And like I said, there was a lot of high emotions. Turn one was a huge issue. Going through the S's was a huge issue. A lot of bumping and banging going on. And, little rivalries have been made. Penalties have been issued. Let's take a look at the points while these guys are getting ready to go to qualifying. You can see a huge change with this Ferrari nut. He is just out there quite a bit right now. 206 points. J-Mac moves up to second. And let's talk about Ferrari. He's got 5 wins. Absolutely incredible. We're on round 10. That means out of 9 races, he had more than half of them. That's insane. So this guy has a huge lead with 206 points. J-Mac in second with 167. Wow, that's garbage. He is one that got penalized. He's up to 158 points in third. Duke the Rebel was one that was also penalized. He is in fourth with 131 points. Justin with 120. Flow Dog in sixth with 105. We have Skylin. He's in seventh with 104 points. Eighth is Votech with 56. 9 is Dion with 39 points. We have Hayden Salmons out there in 10th with 37 points. Larry B. the G in 11th with 35. David McSee, 24 points for him in 12th. And last but certainly not least, we have Pirate Monkey with 21 points, who joined the league a little later than the rest. He's out there in 13th with 21 points. So that's the point standings. You see the team points out there, but it is close. There's a lot of positions to be made up, but Ferrari is very well sitting pretty in first at the moment. We'll see if that changes. I do want to give a quick shout out to everyone in chat. Thank you so much for joining. It's going to be a good race tonight. We're in the rain. I'll tell you what we can expect for lap times. I ran it earlier, and I am on the slow side, not gonna lie. I'm at a minute 55. These guys out here have improved their lap times to a minute 50. Literally, it's crazy. Every time I talk to them, they're improving left and right. This is out here in the rain. We have some guys still running no traction control. So we're gonna see people like J-Mac, who is not running that tonight. The rest of them, there's gonna be a few of them out there that are not running it, but most of the guys will be running traction control out here in the rain, as it will be slippery. But it's gonna be interesting, 49er.
I totally agree. And something that I was thinking about as I was listening to you go through the points, and you had mentioned on it, there was a lot of incidents in last week's race and tensions. Just hopefully everybody's focused on the race. Like I said, the rain is going to be enough of an issue. I know I had seen some of the chatter in the Discord where some of the drivers are hoping that as things thin out, maybe, positioning and people, cutting off or bumping into and all that won't be an issue. But, there were some heated exchanges, like you said, and, some rivalries established. I think I saw some where somebody laid down the gauntlet and, kind of like, in the NASCAR, not letting off. So it's going to be interesting to see.
It
I
will.
can't believe we are on race number 10, Frozen.
It's insane. It is insane. We only have a few races left here. Let's see how many we have left. I think that, yeah, there's 14 total, so we have not that many left. I'm a little sad. I hate coming to the end of this. But man, it's been a heck of a season, and I don't know, should I go over like the penalties you think? We have Wow That's Garbage with a 3-point penalty for last week. Duke the Rebel had the most with a 5-point penalty. Dion had another 3-point penalty for him. Larry, Hayden, Pirate Monkey, Justin, and Sky all had warnings. No point penalty for them, but there is warnings out there. But this week, I think it's going to be cleaner. I think we just have to get through that first lap, though, 49er. Once we do that, these guys are going to get spread out because we are... overall, the field has a variety of times here. So if we can get through that first lap, I think we'll be good to go.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, I think they're already aware of
Ready up,
the
49er.
rain and everything. I was. They're already aware of the weather enough as it is. So, I don't think we'll see too many issues, or at least I hope not. It's unfortunate that there were some penalties issued out, but, that's the risk you take when you do things that you're not supposed to do. But I think we'll see something entirely different. I'm not going to guess any cautions today, though, because it's raining.
Yeah. And we've had issues with Larry B. the G being able to connect all night. He has, again, disconnected. I keep getting a black screen
off that
here.
AOL.
Man, it's brutal. So let's see what we can do here. He's going to go ahead and reset, make sure he can get everything done. But we're going to take a look at these guys. A minute 50, that is what you're going to look for. That is going to be pole time there, if they can do it clean. Otherwise, whoever can get it done clean will be the pole sitter, no matter that time. So we'll see what they can do. But it is in the rain. I hope you guys have your umbrellas. It's going to be crazy. From what I've raced here, a couple of the puddles, they can be bad, but it's really not that bad, 49er. The tire wear is not going to be an issue. It's fuel wear. The fuel goes down. They're going to have to go on around lap 10, latest 11. It's a 20-lap race tonight. So it is a one-stopper, very easily a one-stopper. Tires will not be an issue for most. Hayden Salmons I might worry about him. You know how he likes to mash on those brakes, so I'll have to keep an eye out on him. But for most of these guys, it's just a fuel story here.
And I don't know if it's going to be an issue tonight. I know that you had touched on it earlier in the season when they made the switch to the 2019 cars about being able to keep from spinning. I don't know if it's an added thing now that the track is wet. What do you think?
As far as how they run, these are the new Indy cars are definitely more slippery to begin with. So you add water, and absolutely it's going to give you a little bit more grief than the 2017s. But it's not that bad. I raced here the first lap. It was disastrous. Second and third lap, I was improving my time by like a good 4 seconds each time. So obviously the more you run it, the better you're going to get. These guys have done a lot of running, and a lot of them are leapfrogging each other's times throughout the week. So Ferrari Nut is one that you're going to have to watch out for. He was one that was a 150.1. So you're going to have to look for his time. He's going to be a fast one, as usual. But, yeah, a lot of different times we're going to see. These guys are already on lap 2 of 3. So once we get them past this, we already have a 152 for Ferrari Nut. We'll see if it is clean. But that is the best lap so far.
This track is going to be, I don't want to say it's as intense as like last week's race, but it has its own little nuances, and it could be tricky enough if you're not prepared. I'm sure these guys have been out here practicing, getting ready for tonight's race, making sure that, as always, that they make sure that they hit their marks, and maybe even teamed up or paired up and practiced in groups so they can get through those turns if they're in a bunch. I'm
Yeah.
anxious to see what time we're gonna have.
It'll be interesting, and like I said, times can vary. But yeah, I think 150 is gonna be your best. But the track limits here, they can be a little bit tricky. So I think the biggest thing is make sure that it's clean. You can get 150 all day long, but if it's not clean, it's not gonna get you very far. You'll be in the back of the pack, and I'm not sure that you want to start back out there. But for those who want to place a bet, go ahead and get those in. We'll see what we can do, but once the race starts, once we get out of qualifying, we're going to shut that down. But this is another tricky turn. You see, we are riding with Ferrari Nut at the moment, and he's coming around that final turn onto the front stretch. That final turn can be very brutal, so that's something we're going to have to look out for. I see Pirate Monkey getting online. Hopefully we can get him in here before the race. And hopefully Larry can get in here and fix that connection issue. Ferrari Nut is down to a 151.1. So far, the best lap. Again, 49er, we have to make sure it's clean.
Yes, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't help if you're running a great lap time if the lap is dirty, and that's the tricky part. You want to try to get the best line and get the most out of the turn and everything. But if you go into the turn and it just happens to be just enough where it's registered as dirty, that ruins everything. So they got to be careful. But I think we'll have a majority. Everybody will be clean.
Yeah. We're missing a lot of guys. I don't know if a lot of them lagged out or what's going on here, but we only got 9 guys in here.
It's the weather.
It's the weather, man. This rain is killing everybody, but we don't even have our driver spotlight in qualifying. What's the deal with that? We need to get Votek in there. Yeah, you got a DNF. I don't know if he lagged out or something happened, but I have a feeling he's going to be starting the back of the field as we get everyone across that line. I hear Larry over the radio saying, I just lagged out again. Lacey Fiki, he's betting on number 2. Let's see who 2 is. Flow Dog. He's got Flow Dog that he's betting on. Mike Sobieski has Wow That's Garbage. I don't even know that Wow That's Garbage is here, honestly. Hopefully we can get him in here. We're missing a few people. So, we'll see if we can get him. I don't even know who that is sitting in the middle of the road.
He's been there since the start of qualifying, so I've been trying to figure it out, but I can't. It won't let me go back that far.
I know. Maggie Moose, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the race. These guys are still going by, man. We're on the lap 3 of 3. I think we've passed it up a couple of times here, but we should be going back to the lobby, and we'll get these guys all set to go to the race. It's gonna be crazy. 20 laps here. Like I said, they can last up to 11. If I'm doing it, I'm gonna split it straight half, unless I'm with a lot of people, and I may go in earlier or I may go in later. When I tried it earlier today, I hit around 9 laps for the front part and stayed out for the rest, and it was okay. It was okay. Ferrari not getting that 150. Go ahead, 49er.
Talking about the slick cars and the wet road, and Dion coming out of the last turn, slid halfway through it.
Wow. All right, let's take a look at these guys. There's only one car that had a dirty lap. That is Dion. He will go to the back of the field. Votek, our driver spotlight, has a DNF. Hate to see it. It does look like our pole sitter will be Ferrari Nut 94. He's got a 150.7, right in the range that he was and that we were expecting to see. Looks like Duke the Rebel, who has been on a roll lately, he might be on the outside of Ferrari Nut. No, we have someone faster. J-Mac Attack, he will be on the outside of Ferrari Nut. Duke the Rebel will be right behind him in the second row with Leaf Justin out there also. That'll be your top 4 right there. But man, a lot of close times out there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and a lot of that, it's just, practice, knowing, the lines and the turns, and getting used to the car on the wet road. So yeah, it was just, I'm not surprised because these guys have probably been on and getting ready for this race for a while because they've had plenty of time to see it on the list of tracks, so they knew it was
Right.
coming, so they're ready.
It's very true. Master Kiko, it's not that he isn't in the league. He's just not here tonight. I will refund you guys. No worries about that. So I'll give you 250 back, and I'll give Mike 100 back. We'll make sure that he isn't here first. But yes, if you want to place your bet, go ahead and do it. We'll take a look here.
We want our money back.
If I could spell, I'm over here bed Indy instead of bet.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. I can spell, I promise. Sometimes.
See,
So here-
only you can see that though, so you're telling on yourself.
Well, really? I figured everyone else could see that. I put bed Indy, Bert Indy, and then I finally did it. Third time's the charm. Let's see if we can get Votech. Votech, do you have a copy? We're gonna try it out here. Votech. I hear him talking over the radio, but he can't hear me. Yeah. Sober David says, be tendy. I know. It's terrible. I was gonna see if Votech, what he could tell us about his qualifying and what happened with him. But, we're not getting a copy from him. That's okay. That's okay. They are trying to figure out 49er who belongs where, because I guess Forza is having an issue. They can't get the qualifying order here, so he's got to set it manually, and we have people joining, so hopefully we can get them all in here.
Well, it just gives us a little more time to talk about the race, if there's anything interesting about this track that we need to know, and see, let's poll the viewers and see what they think. If they watched last week, do they think we're going to have another race like last week, or will today be much better? And who do they think is going to win? Who are they betting on?
Yeah, we got to see who you guys are betting on, and we have a lot going on in the last race. I don't know if you guys caught the pre-show of it, but we had 3 drivers racing for the win. We had Ferrari Nut, we had J-Mac, and we had Duke the Rebel, all going 3 wide for the win. And Ferrari Nut captured the win there, but man, it was crazy. I think tonight the big story is going to be how clean can these guys be when you got, so many people going into the first turn. That's going to be the biggest issue, and that's what we see every week. If they can get past that and pass the first lap, they're good to go. You're going to get so spread out. You got guys running different lap times here, so that's going to help. You have them all the way from a minute 50 all the way up to 155 plus. So that's a huge difference per lap, and with 20 laps here, that can be a big difference. We might see some cars being lapped. We'll have to see how it goes, but it's going to be a huge difference. But Ferrari Nut, Duke, J-Mac, Justin, all guys to look out for tonight.
Yeah, and with this track and the weather conditions, that's something that may come into may be a factor later on in the race. Hopefully not. But if they're down to the last few laps and there's a battle for position, will there be lap cars in their way? You've not only got to maneuver the track and maintain the car on the track, but trying to get around a lap car may be something of a challenge given the conditions and everything. So that's something else. Hopefully everybody's able to stay on the lead lap and have a great race tonight. I'm looking forward to this.
Absolutely. It's our first rain race, and actually it is our first Sebring race. We've never done it before. This is the first showing of it, and it's in the rain. We haven't had a rain race since season 2. So it's a huge race tonight. A lot of guys are newer to this track. It is most definitely new to SnB's Indycar series, so a lot of new things going on tonight. You got rain, you got a new track, and we have quite a few rookies in here, so we'll see how everyone fares in it.
see what everybody's thinking.
I know.
What are some of those bets going on out here?
We have Mike Sobieski betting on David McSee. So let's have a little love for David out here. The guy, he's been racing with this for a while on a weekly basis. You gotta love him. He's from over the pond. So I hope he does really well tonight. He is improving on a weekly basis, and it is so cool to see it. You gotta love it. But it looks like the only driver we're missing tonight, 49er, is, wow, that's garbage.
Interesting. It's a shame that he is not here, you know, given the ability that he has in driving and where he is in the points in the season right now. I don't know if this will hurt him not being here. I'm sure he's got, you know, his reasons. He's probably doing something, you know, important while he's not here. You know, for the other drivers, that's just one less stronger driver that they have to worry about.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what they said over the radio. They're like, it's a shame that he's not here. But as one of them said, but that's another spot for me. And which is a good thing for points. You hate to see it when they're not here, but he's one of the really, really fast guys that competes with his teammate, Ferrari Nut, on a weekly basis. So for all these other guys, they're just seeing opportunity and they're going to take it. But it looks like they are set to go. They're just waiting for J-Mac to ready up. So if we can get him to ready up, they'll be good to go. Hopefully we can get some, you know, interview time with Votech throughout the race, but that means that we're going to have a caution. And I don't want cautions. So maybe just one. And it looks like these guys are all readied up. So we'll get moving out to the Grand Prix of Sebring. 20 laps of craziness in the rain. We're going to have a grid walk first and a pace lap to follow. Then they'll start the race. And once they hit lap 22, we're going to do a cool down lap. So once you hit C22, it is over. 49er with that subscription for 14 months. Thank you so much. That's craziness.
Crazy.
Crazy, you gotta love
Crazy for feeling.
it. Gotta show him a little love.
What? What's this grid screen? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and I apologize. I can see, let's see, Bet Tindy, Bert Lindy. Yeah. You can spell.
Yeah, sometimes. All right,
Take it away.
Let's get this going. We have Ferrari Nut on pole once again. He's in that number 62 Honda for Nighthawk Williams Racing. In second, we have J-Mac Attack in that number 1 car. He's in that Chevy for Racing A Racing, a new paint scheme for him tonight. In third, we have Leaf Justin in that number 24 Chevy. He is J-Mac's teammate for Racing A Racing. In fourth, we have Mr. Hayden Sammons. He is in the number 15 Honda for Raging Redneck Racing. That is a mouthful.
There you go.
In fifth, we have Skylan. He's in that number 04 car. It is a Chevy. He races for Fluffball Motorsports. In sixth, we have Flow Dog. He races for Fluffball Motorsports. Also, he's in that number 81 Chevy. And 49er, take it away.
Where are we?
Number 7. David.
7. David Mc 1989 driving the number 89 Honda, part of the Underdog Racing team. And starting in 8th, we have Duke the Rebel, who is part of the Marlboro Whalen Racing team, driving the number 86 Honda. Starting in 9th, we have Dion for Dub, the other part of the Underdog Racing team, driving his number 42 Honda. And our driver spotlight and driver in-car info person, we have Votech starting in 10th, part of that A-Tech Racing team, and he's driving the number 76 Chevy. Last but not least, last two, we have Larry B. the G. He is part of, where is he? The Redemption Racing, driving the number 73 Honda. And last but not least, we have Pirate Monkey driving the number 12 car, starting at 12, driving the number 16 car. I think he's an independent, but I'm just looking at the Jimmy John's logo because I haven't eaten yet.
And that makes you hungry, and that is your field, everybody. Ferrari will lead us off. They will take a pace lap once they round out the final corner. They will, Fortnite will give them the go, and they will count down and start this race. 20 laps of craziness. It's gonna be crazy. Hall, thank you so much for 3 months subscription. You are completely awesome. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it.
All right. So
Shake and bake, Cal. Woo! Shake and bake.
give us your as they cruise through the track to get ready to start this exciting race that we're about to see. Give us your take on it. What do you think's going to happen today, Frozen?
You know, going through turn 1, it shouldn't be too terrible. But it can be a tricky turn with these guys. You can go out of bounds pretty easily. This is another tricky turn. You're gonna scramble down all the way to gear 1 as they shift through, and you're gonna come around this corner here a lot faster than they are. And I'll tell you what, in the rain, it does get very slippery. Puddles will collect, and once they hit those, they will hydroplane. And if you're side by side with people, it is not going to be a fun thing. You have guys like J-Mac. You're going to see him doing a lot of drifting around these turns. If you're not running that TCS, it's just inevitable. I do it even with TCS on, especially around the final turn, 49er, so it's going to get crazy. But look how narrow the road is, 49er. Can you imagine doing this in the rain with multiple people?
No, I can't. It reminds me of some roads that I've driven on in other countries, and it wasn't any fun then. So I can imagine doing it in a car that can go over 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun though. These guys, I have faith they can do it. I think, how many cautions do you think we're gonna have tonight? I'm gonna say 1.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna put me on a spot like that. I'm not guessing.
I know.
I'm not guessing.
They are coming around almost to the final turn here, though.
I think you said earlier. I think if they get through turn 1 and get some laps under their belt, and the pack starts thinning out, we should be okay.
I think so. Absolutely. Hall says, no problem, I had to get that in. 4 months is next week. Are you kidding me? So 4 months is next week. You're too funny. Oh, that's too funny. They're coming along this final straightaway in the track, and after the straightaway is an insane final turn. If you don't watch it, this is the turn that I always drift through. You're gonna see a lot of guys do it, even with assist on. So if you're going through here 2-3 wide, it can get pretty crazy. They're gonna go around this final turn. Ferrari will count them down. You can see them all lining up double file. This will be the first and the only time you're gonna see them double file for a start/restart. Restarts, they only go single file. And look at, if you look back, you can just see how difficult it is to see the cars around you. That rain really does affect how you see. Here they go. Ferrari's counting them down. We are off to a start already. We have J-Mac directly behind him. A great start for him. Justin falls back a little bit. They're getting ready to head into this first turn. We'll see how clean they take it. Low Dog a little on the high side going around there. Hayden in the
somebody
grass.
got bumped into the grass.
Yeah, in the grass, but they all managed to save it. Let's go back on the field, see what's going on back here. See a lot of commotion. David saying careful, careful, careful. He's going side by side with Sky at the moment. These guys just getting crazy as we head into the next turn. Great job by these guys so far. Look at these guys.
Starting to get a
single
little
file line.
spacing up here in the front,
Yeah.
Frozen. I'm riding with Skyline. They're starting to get some distance between them.
They are. You got first, second, third, and fourth. You have second and third pretty close together. They are also teammates for Racing A Racing. That is J-Mac Attack and Leaf Justin. Sky not too far behind, and we have a black screen. I'm hoping that we haven't lost anyone, but I'm hearing somebody say 2 cars, 2 cars. I don't know if we are going to bring out the caution, but yeah, I see some commotion going on back there. That is between Dion 4 Dub. Let's see who's behind him. Pirate Monkey. We're going to race back to the line.
We lost Larry.
We lost Larry, and he was having trouble all night. Oh, man. I hate to see it. They will race back to the line. I don't see any damage for Pirate Monkey here. Let's take a look at Dion 4 Dub, see if he's got any damage. He is, he has got a lot of damage. He's gonna have to go in and get that repaired. He's gonna have a hard time making it around this track.
And how many laps do we get? We got, what, 3 laps into the race, 2 real laps into the race, and we've already got our first caution. So there's your one. So now you know why I didn't say how many.
It was in the back of the pack. I don't know exactly what happened with them. I don't know. It could have been, even when you have somebody lag out, who knows how it affects everyone around them. But we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah. So I don't know if you touched on it during the pre-race monologue. Is pit strategies. This caution hurting or helping?
Well, you know what they're deciding right now, 49er. Larry B the G has lagged out. Now rules state that if it was in within 10 minutes, I do believe, or 2 laps, which it is because we didn't start until lap 2, they will restart it. So Larry is on his way to try to reset and get it moving. If they do, we will restart this race. I have a feeling, though, that even if he gets in, knock on wood, I hope that he stays in, but he has not had a very good night with staying in the race.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, you know, the wonders of modern technology, you know, and we didn't even talk about him, so we can't say that we jinxed him because it wasn't us.
It wasn't us. Hall says, you hate to see it. I know. I say that so much here. I say it when people lag out, when they wreck out, when, you know, whatever. But you do. You hate to see it. So I gotta say it. Let's see if we have any word from Votech. Do we have a copy from Votech at all? Give him a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I got you guys.
So what's going on? How's it going on that first lap in the rain?
Pretty sketchy. I was right behind that incident. Larry just lagged out, and Dion was just unfortunate to be right in front of him. So
yeah.
Larry just said that he's loading back in, so I believe that we're gonna be backing out here soon.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was wondering. You know, I was curious if Larry is, you know, what happened when he lagged out, if that's what caused the incident. I've seen it so many times that it can happen. Lag happens, and here we are. So we're going to see if we have to do a restart. These guys are just going to continue on until we get word, but good luck to you, Votech. I know we've talked to you a couple times.
Right.
Hopefully this is not the start of what's to come.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, the calm before the storm, and it's already raining.
All right, so yeah, thank you guys.
No problem. And Larry got in, and he immediately got kicked out again.
Goodness gracious.
I got a black
Oh,
screen.
and just a heads up broadcast, Larry just lagged out again, so it looks like
Yeah.
we're not backing out.
I heard that. Thank you very much for saying that. Lacey Fiki says the race coverage is rather glorious. Love to hear it. Thank you so much. 49er and I have a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get this all figured out. We have some guys going into pit road here. Couple of takers.
They've got nothing else to, I mean, they've got nothing to lose. You know, as you alluded to earlier, it's not really tires that are going to be an issue. It's going to be fuel. So going in now really shouldn't hinder or shouldn't be a factor and hurt anybody's strategy. Why do I keep switching?
We're
Okay,
backing out. We're backing out. We're gonna try it again. See if we can get Larry in here. This will be our one and only back out to try to get Larry. I just don't have a good feeling about it, 49er. I wish I could say something different, but he has been lagging out all night. So we're gonna give it a shot though. One back out, and we'll see what we can do. We gotta give him a shot though.
Well,
we gotta give it a shot.
Gotta give him a shot. And, you know, if nothing else, you know, going through the first couple of laps, you know, before, you know, the first caution, at least everybody has an idea now of what they need to do if they're in bunches going into the first turn. We've already had a sample of it. I don't know if the incident was in the turn or before the turn or after the turn, but everybody's had a taste of the track. Those, you know, especially the rookies that may not be overly confident or overly familiar with it, they just got a taste of it. So hopefully when we start back up, the first turn should not be an issue.
You know, you said it, and that's exactly what Justin is saying. You know, guys, we had a taste of what turn one is going to be in the race. They all made it through. I really just think that it was an issue with Larry lagging out, and it kicked back or forward, and it got those two drivers, Dion and Pirate Monkey. So hopefully we don't have that happen again. But we'll see. We're going to go ahead and reset that and reset the order. Thank you guys for hanging in here. We're going to open up bets real quick. We're going to see what we can do here. We have a bet for Flow Dog. We have a bet for Ferrari Nut. 2 for garbage that are null. We're not going to do those 2. But if you want to take a chance and make a bet, go ahead and do that. Aries, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. If you want it, I'll give you like, I know this is so short. We'll give you until that countdown starts. Aries, this is how you do it.
Don't. She's having trouble spelling, Aries. Don't count on Frozen to help you out.
Yeah, I know. I did it right that time, though. It's all good. 40, J Mac, what's up? Justin, you see all the drivers?
40 J Mac.
I know. I can't spell. I can't talk. What good am I?
You're the bestest.
I'm the bestest. You too, 49er. What's the numbers? Who needs numbers? Let me bring it up for you again. Justin, are you gonna bet on yourself?
I was just gonna say that.
He says bet stuff. Sounds good. I'll take it. Alright, do we have a Larry B the G in here? No, he's not back in yet. Once again, our driver spotlight of the night is Votek. You can see his paint scheme out there. He is doing the throwback paint scheme from Indianapolis. Looking good, pretty good out there, so hopefully they'll bring him some luck tonight.
It's not.
It's not, though. He's like, no, correction, it's not. Well, I see senses fail.
Yeah, no.
It's another one, okay.
Yeah, it's just a reverse scheme of my main paint scheme.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Hopefully we get this started up soon.
I agree with you. We'll get it started up soon. I got faith. Justin, he's out here betting on number 6 here, which is a Ferrari Nut. He's betting 4,000. This guy is gonna make it big if he brings that one home. J-Mac, I am not streaming. You're watching a replay.
I think while we're waiting for Larry, I think Votek should bless us with a little vocal display of his skills.
I don't think we're gonna get that from him tonight. We're getting ready to go back to green though for Sebring. You see the order here so far. We have Frozen Toes and 49er. We're just gonna spectate and bring you all the action. But J-Mac says it. Let's go. We're gonna get moving on. Onward to glory, J-Mac says. Good luck to you guys out there, all the drivers.
Onward and upward.
Onward and upward is right. We're gonna have Ferrari Nut lead them around once again. No need for grid walk. You met these guys. Bunch of good guys. All right, we're gonna have Ferrari Nut take them away. They will do a pace lap, so let's ride with Ferrari. That first turn, though, it's going to be tricky. I feel like the first and the last turn are the trickiest, especially if you're around a group of people. There's a couple of turns in the middle of the track that are questionable. At least they were for me. There was a couple of times I missed some turns and spun out, but for the most part, like we said, I feel like most people are going to be in the 151s, 152s. We're going to have some a little higher, some a little less, but that's going to be the majority of the drivers here tonight. We have...
I think...
Ferrari taking a detour.
We have what? Trying to show him a shorter way. Go this way. Come this way.
What he's doing
Hopefully,
with that, he's just building some heat for the tires, getting those things warmed up. It is a thing. It is a thing on Forza. You got to warm up those tires. If you're going into the first turn with cold tires, it's not going to grip. It's going to be messy. So these guys warm it up, wiggle back and forth, and that helps them. Helps the racing.
Are they already in order? Have they already adjusted?
They already adjusted. They won't line up double file until around close to the final turn. Once they get on that straightaway, they will line up double file, but J-Mac will be on the outside and leave Justin behind him. I'm curious where Duke was, though. I thought he was on the outside, and I do not see Duke.
Duke is like back in 8th.
He's back in 8th. Maybe maybe I got that wrong, but
I don't know. I'm with Hayden right now, and Hayden is currently in 4th. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I remember J-Mac and Justin being up here, so apparently I have a short-term memory, but they are lining up to go around the final turn here. Once they do, Ferrari Nut will count them down for the second time tonight. 20 laps here is going to get crazy. Once we hit 22, the race will be over, but watch out for this final turn. It's going to be a crazy one. You got to look out for guys like Sky, for guys like J-Mac. They're going to be drifting around that one. Ferrari Nut is counting them down. Let's see what kind of start we can get these guys. Here they go. Great start for these guys. Let's take a look at J-Mac. You can't even see him. That shows what great start he had. Completely side by side as they dive into turn 1. These guys are doing fantastic. What do you see, 49er?
I'm riding just like you're riding as the top 4 drivers, or 1 through 4 drivers, P1 through 4, went through that first turn, and I'm riding with Justin, just watching everything, hoping that they were able to maintain it as Justin and Hayden went through the turn side by side, and they pulled it off. That was awesome.
It was a little action between David and Flow Dog. Those two were going too wide into the turn. David went a little high, shoved Flow Dog off just a little bit. But here they are again, back side by side, going through the little S's there. Doing a great job. Let's go back and ride with David, see what's happening with him. You see him right there. He's got Duke the Rebel in 8th, David in 7th. Doing great so far.
Everybody, and like I had said, and Justin had mentioned it in the driver's lobby, you know, they got a couple of laps under their belt, so maybe this is a sign that everybody's used to what they need to do on the track. Nothing's new. They got a couple of laps in. I'm still riding with Justin, and Hayden is in 3rd, trying to mix it up with Ferrari and J-Mac.
Yeah, apparently Hayden, this place agrees with him. He's doing pretty well out there, currently in 3rd. We have J-Mac in second. And I want to take a look and see how J-Mac drifts around this turn. Takes it very well. Hayden just hugging that inside line. What a beautiful line by him. He's definitely got this place down. I'm impressed by the way he's running tonight so far.
Absolutely. I'm impressed myself. He's right up there in the mix. He got an excellent start, like I said earlier, as they were battling in the first turn. He was battling with Justin. I'm still riding with Justin, currently in fourth. Just, maneuvering the track, probably keeping some distance, maintaining that space. And they'll make some moves as we get deeper into the race.
Absolutely. Let's get on board with Mr. Hayden Sammons. He is about 300 feet behind J-Mac. This is another sharp turn. You're going to have to go down to first gear here, make it around that turn. You do have to watch your track limits, though. If you get in that grass, it is just going to pull you further into the grass, and that obviously is just not a good thing. This is another tricky turn that some guys might overdrive if they're not paying good enough attention. But man, these top four guys are looking pretty good.
Wow. Wow. You just
Hayden,
missed it.
a little
Larry,
wide. Go ahead.
It seems to be the theme, because Larry B the G, I'm riding with Dion, currently in ninth. As they went into a turn, Larry came out of nowhere and got inside of Dion and took the position, and then went wide going into the next turn and lost it just that fast.
Oh, geez. Yeah, there's quite a battle going on back here, and we've seen this a lot over the past several races. We have different kind of groups here. You can see it on the map. We have a very strong set of a first group. We have a mid group that is always the most cars. And then we have always good battles in the back also. They always have their own race. And it's really cool to see. Don't forget, guys, Votek, he had a podium finish on the last race here at Coda. So don't count him out. I know I talked to him earlier. He wasn't exactly the most confident going into tonight. But as he says, just keep it clean, try to keep it consistent, and you never know what you might turn out with.
Larry did it again. Came out of nowhere, went inside of Dion, going into, I believe, turn 2 maybe, and Larry is currently in ninth now. Dion in 10th.
Here he comes right behind David MC. Dion all over him. Dion and Votek in the grass just a little bit. They managed to get back on track, but that allowed Larry B the G to kind of gain a little bit on him, and they're gonna have to close that gap once again as Larry goes wide. Almost able to overtake David, but went a little too wide there, so couldn't make it happen. But David's looking pretty strong tonight also. If he can keep up that consistency,
Absolutely.
He's gonna gain some positions there.
And we've talked about Larry before in some of the earlier races. I mean, the way he's been driving lately, you can tell he's putting in the time and the practice. And I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that we've announced it at the beginning of the season that he was a rookie, you wouldn't even know, because he is all over David.
Absolutely. But 49er, I am looking at an insane battle between 4 through 6. Duke the Rebel, Hayden Sammons, and Sky. These guys were going side by side with Duke right on their tails. And here they come around the start of this race. We're on lap 5 of 20. I should say 22 at this point. We have those cool down laps, but here they go into the first turn. Looking really good, but man, what an incredible battle these guys had. Sky and Hayden side by side going into this next turn. Sky has a preferred line, Hayden on the outside. He's gonna have to go through the S's, has to give up a little space there. Duke nudges him a little bit. Clean racing by these guys though, very exciting.
Absolutely. I had to come over here and see what you were looking at. These three drivers are just putting on a show. And given the track conditions and the car and whether or not they're on TCS, I'm pretty sure they probably are. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter to them. They are driving an excellent race right now.
They are, and Flo Dog looks like he's trying to join in the mix here, but These guys just on top of each other, and Flow Dog is just waiting for something to happen. And he's going to make a move when he can. Hayden Salmons and Duke seem to be getting very, very close to battle it out for 5th. Duke trying to make something happen, but these guys fighting between Sky and Hayden for 4th. It's going to be intense.
You know, there's so many different words that we could say for this battle that's going on, and you know, I'm with Duke. I would just make sure I'm close enough to be in the mix in case something happens, and then if somebody makes a mistake, jump on it.
Absolutely. You know, you always got to look out what's around you and decide when are you going to make a move. If you got guys battling in front of you, it's not going to pay off to put yourself in that mix. It's more than likely going to end up in a wreck. And you see Sky as he is just completely drifting through that final turn. Did not hurt him in the least, though. He is still on the move. Duke the Rebel takes over 5th. Hayden Salmons moves back to 6th. Hayden was the one earlier in 3rd. He is currently moving back through the field, and Flow Dog is looking to make the next move.
Yeah. Duke had the inside line on Skyland going into that last turn. He just couldn't keep it, couldn't maintain it. And Sky took advantage of it. Sky's still in 4th. Duke is in 5th. Hayden's still in 6th.
Yeah, what an incredible battle. Let's take a look at our first, our leader here, Ferrari Nut 94. This guy obviously is doing really well out here. He's about 500 feet in front of 2nd place of J-Mac Attack. We have teammates J-Mac and Justin of Racing A Racing currently sitting in 2nd and 3rd. That is going to help out in point standings for them. But Ferrari Nut, he is missing his teammates of Wow That's Garbage. Going to put a little hurt on the points for them, but not too much. They have such a huge lead. But so far this race is going really well. You can see the different groups that we have going on here, the packs of drivers. We have the front pack, the mid pack, and the back pack. But all of them are doing really well. The backpack.
Excuse me, backpack.
I'm waiting for
Yes.
Dora to come out.
Yes, and you can pick any part of this race, like you said, the front, the middle, or the back. There's intense racing going on all over this track. Everyone trying to jockey for position. I have not left Duke the Rebel as he just took over 4th from Skyland. But Skyland is not giving it up without a fight as he's on the outside trying to make a move, take advantage of Duke having to slow down for the turn, but Duke said, I'm not having any of that.
Duke is a man on the move, taking over 4th from Sky. Like you said right there, they're going side by side. Duke slipped underneath, took that over. Hayden Salmon is looking to take over 5th. It's going to be quite the battle. Sky is not going to give that up willingly. But look at this. Duke, once he gets past, he's just on the move, and they are falling back a little bit. Best lap so far tonight is a 150.4, done by none other than Ferrari Nut 94, who was on pole. What was that?
Someone just drove into the wall. Looks like Hayden and Sky.
Yeah. That is definitely going to be a caution. These guys are going to race back to the line, and that is going to help out the field considering Ferrari Nut is getting away. We're on lap 7 of 22. A little earlier than, midway, so some of these guys might stay out if they're in a position to do so. But I feel like mid-pack and on, they're going to go ahead and take a pit stop here. They're gonna have to go in again though, even with that, because they're not gonna be able to make it on fuel. Most you can make it is 11 laps, so it's a little early for them yet. And with that, Ferrari is crossing the line and caution is out. Shootout. It's gonna be close. They're gonna have to keep...
I think Sky's having a little bit of trouble. He's probably got some serious issues with his car, because I caught the tail end of it just as they were driving into the wall. Him and Hayden were side by side, and they both drove into the tire wall.
Yeah, his steering, transmission, you name it. He's struggling. 49% fuel, but driveline, everything. He's gonna have a really tough time even making it around this final turn. Manages to keep it off of that barrier there. He's gonna have to go in to fix that though.
I don't think he was able to make the turn.
Pit road is probably closed. He may not have been able to make it either way, but he's one that is going to have to go in. Absolutely. Let's see if we can get in with Votek, our driver spotlight. Hopefully he can get a copy with us. We'll give him a second. Hopefully he can respond. So far, a clean race though, 49er. They've been really, really well. Votek,
Hey, I got you.
You got a copy? You're looking
Yeah,
really good out there, having some battles. I feel like you got some confidence out there. How you feeling?
I'm stressed beyond belief. It's definitely the most difficult race of the season. There's just sliding around. Oh, they're talking. Let me just take out my earbud. Yeah, it's really difficult out here right now. I've already lost one of my 2 rubber duckies I had in the car, so that's a shame.
You're doing good. You look pretty good out there, I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it on all 4 wheels on the track, and it's beating the crap out of me right now.
Yeah. Well, I won't keep you. I know it is stressful, and you're going into pits probably, and you got stuff to do, so good luck to you for the rest of the race. Hopefully we won't have to talk to you anymore, because that would mean a caution is out. But good luck out there, Votek.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
We'll see if our top few guys go in. I have a feeling, like I said, mid-pack to the back of the pack will probably go into pit, especially those that are damaged. But let's take a look who is back there. Sky, Hayden Salmons, Pirate Monkey. Those are the few that I think are definitely going to go in, especially since they are damaged out here.
I think it's still early in the race. It's a shame that, I really would like to find out what happened with Hayden and Sky.
From what I was gathering from Sky, just hard to tell where one was going. It might have gotten a little loose there. And man, look at all the takers on pit road. I wasn't expecting that many to go in, but the only one who stayed out, 49er, was Ferrari Nut. So he's going to be on the older tires, less fuel. The rest of them will be on newer tires, which is definitely going to help out here in the rain. Tires, like I said, are not too much affected. But yeah, crazy. I was not expecting that, 49er.
I wasn't either. And I'm watching, riding with Votek, watching them come out of the pits, and that in itself, either going into the pits or coming out of the pits, that in itself it's like its own little drama, because that thing can be pretty intense. Dion just drove all over the top of Votek's car. Like, it's a good thing it wasn't real.
As Virtual Autosport says, which, hi, what's up? I hope you're doing well tonight. He says that Forza pit lane AI, and he just has a fail. It's crazy. They knock each other around. You would think that they would get a DNF just from how they behave in the pits. It's kind of crazy, but everyone wants a taker for pit road except for Ferrari Net, so we'll see how he fares compared to J-Mac and the rest. Tires shouldn't be a huge issue, but it's going to be close for these guys. It's going to be really close. Ferrari Net will have to go in soon. I'm not sure if these other guys can stay out for the remainder of the race. They'll probably have to go in, but this definitely changes things up with the way this caution came out.
Yeah, and I don't even have any words to say. We're not, unless we talk to him, we got to try to figure out why Ferrari stayed out. I mean, everybody went in and Ferrari stayed out.
Yeah, I
You
hear him
know,
say over the
you
radio.
didn't see it coming. I didn't see
Yeah.
it coming. What'd he say?
He didn't even see it coming. He's like, y'all know something I don't? He's like, well, you guys wanted an interesting race. This is definitely going to do it. So, leader Ferrari Nut, little perplexed there on how everyone went in. I can't say I blame him. I'm on his side. I was shocked. I did not think at least the top 3 would go in. But, yeah, it's going to be close. We're on lap 9, heading into lap 10. It is... We're gonna have to see some fuel saving. I don't know. We'll see if they can make it for the remainder of the race. Ferrari Nut will have to go in though. But yeah, the race just got very, very interesting.
As if it wasn't interesting enough as it is.
In the rain, and then you get caution out here. Almost midpoint, just a little shy of midpoint, so it's gonna get nutty. A tricky combo, you said it. You said it. I think they
All right,
will.
so we are at.
They should be going back to
We're
green
at
this
what-
time
how-
around.
All right.
Let's take a look. We'll get the cameras back on Ferrari Nut as he leads them around. He will count it down. Let's see how these guys fare going around. He's counting them down. Here we go. We're off to green once again. J-Mac falls back just a little bit, but it's going to get tricky as we are single file into turn 1. You see a couple of them go a little wide. I'm getting a black screen. Let's hope.
Uh-oh.
Let's hope we didn't lose anybody. Several black screens. I hear a lot of lag going on in there. Man, I don't know what it is. We lost our driver
Votec's
spotlight,
gone.
Votec. I'm gonna say it again. You hate to see it. Man, he was having such a great battle out there, but that is the reason for the black screen as we head Ferrari Nut into the next turn. J-Mac right behind him in second, Leaf Justin in third. I think I saw Duke the Rebel out there peeking in fourth.
I'm still riding with Justin currently in third. It didn't look like J-Mac got the restart this time that he got last time. Ferrari was a little bit ahead of him, but I know J-Mac can make up the distance.
Yeah. Votec, you got a copy? What happened to you out there?
You guys got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Guess I'll be joining you guys in booze.
Yeah, that is a shame. You were doing
yeah.
really well out there in the battles. But yeah, that is the end for him
Yeah,
tonight at Sebring.
Yeah, ever since. Yeah. So, since we went back in, I had a low bandwidth alert on me, so that's unfortunate. And,
You hate
know,
to see it.
It is. It is. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, you got a laggy voice even, but man, oh man, look at Flow Dog as
I'll
he's
be
up in
joining
fifth. Dion
games.
in sixth. It is gonna be close here. Let's take a look. Single file, a lot of these guys, very, very close so far as we're into the second green lap here. David MC as he heads into the first turn. Hugging that bottom line there. We have Sky directly behind him who was in that wreck earlier. Sky is trying to make his way past David to take over 8th. And there he goes.
I came back here frozen and I'm riding with Dion currently in 6th. There's quite the little, you know, I mean, they're spread out now, little distance in between them, but there seems to be quite the battle going on between Justin in 4th, Flo in 5th, and Dion in 6th. And no sooner than I say that, Dion is in the grass.
Dion is in the grass trying to make his way back on track. Managed to get back on track, but he's in 10th, lost 4 positions as he was trying to get back on there. And I'll tell you what, this is one of the guys that has improved quite a bit throughout the season, driving out there, getting faster and faster. We have Pirate Monkey in 11th. But yeah, I think he's going to be able to make his way back through. A lot of guys directly together, and already we have quite the separation. We have that front pack, mid pack, and the guys in the back, but a lot of battles going on here brewing up.
Absolutely.
I am now in the
And
booth, can see everything.
it seems that David might have had a little bit of an issue and took a turn a little too wide, and Larry got by him. So now Dion is trying to make a battle with David for ninth.
And here he goes. He's trying to dive it low. Doesn't quite get there, so they're going to keep that spot. David in 9th, Dion in 10th, Pirate Monkey in 11th. As they are headed through the straightaway past the start-finish line, we're on lap 12. I gotta take it back to the leader, though. Let's see how Ferrari is doing on fuel. What's going on with this guy? Let's see if we can take a look. 23% fuel. He's still got a little bit to go. Tires perfectly fine. Like I said, this is a race for the fuel. No worries with tires. It should be a-okay for him, but it's gonna be close. He's gonna be fine on fuel once he goes in, but if these other guys can stay out and save the fuel, that changes everything. The winner will no longer be Ferrari Nut. That'll put somebody else in that position. And as I say that, let's take a look who is in second currently. Duke the Rebel is past J-Mac Attack, who is currently in third, but Duke is making a run for the front.
Absolutely. He's like a man on a mission.
And going
It's
back
still
to
early,
fuel,
though.
a lot of people were skeptical. Everybody who went in, when I went in, I was about at 40-something%. So take that into consideration. It's going to be very close. They'll need another caution to be safe.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they would be able to hold out. I mean, the most I've heard that they can hold out is 11 laps, and that is over what you can do. So unless they do something crazy and hang back and are able to save gas somehow, these guys are going to have to go in. And I see Ferrari Nut as he enters pit road. He is safely in. We have Duke the Rebel taking over first, J-Mac in second, Justin in third. Everyone else has pitted. Ferrari was the only one who needed to go in, so he will come out. We'll see what position he takes, but I have a feeling the rest of these guys will have to go in.
You think so?
I'm thinking so. If I were them, it's going to be very close. And let's take a look at Duke's fuel. He's at 69%. It is just far too early to see if he's going to make it. We are on lap 13. Like I said, as soon as we hit that 22 mark, the race is over. They will do a cool down lap. He has only 17% tire wear, so he is looking really good on that, but still too early to see on fuel. '49er,
So,
who are you looking
Votek,
at?
I'm still riding with Justin. You know, you got the teammates in second and third. It's funny how they always seem to manage to be together somewhere in the track and usually in the front.
It's so true.
I wanted to ask Votek, as he was out there on the track, what his spin, if he hadn't already said it, I apologize if I missed it. What's your spin on the fuel? Do you think Scott, these guys in the front right now will have to go back in and...
It's going to be real close. I believe people are going to have to come and pit, and it's going to be really hard to stretch it that long, especially for someone like Justin, who for some reason burned more fuel than the rest of us. It must be a Canadian thing. Yeah, they're most likely going to have to pit.
Oh, good lord. You see Flow Dog currently
Had a
coming
good-
around the final turn, going past start-finish line. He has moved up to fourth. The guy is moving. Hayden
battle for
Salmon's
second
in
right
fifth.
now.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Absolutely. Teammates battling it out.
Duke the Rebel still in first. J-Mac and Justin getting ready to battle it out once again. These guys are always, like 49er says, these guys are always side by side. Always together. It's kind of funny, actually. But racing for Racing A Racing, going to be a good point day if they can take that home in that order. But Justin is going to do everything he can to take over second from J-Mac. Teammates or not, man, you got to go for that personal race.
Yeah, I just want to point out that J-Mac's running with no traction control, so a true warrior. I don't know how he does it in this rain, because I was sliding around with traction, so he holding off Justin like that. He's definitely a very talented driver, and he's putting to work right now.
Absolutely. I said it earlier, he is a no TCS driver out here. I don't know how many others are, but for him,
I believe Skylin is.
I was wondering if Sky was still going to do it tonight. I haven't heard from him, but yeah, these guys who are running with it off. Very impressive. That final turn, though, I'll tell you what, it is crazy. You hit those puddles and trying to move around here. You can see J-Mac. I want to see if we're going to see him drift through the final turn. That is a turn that you're going to see a lot do that, even with it on. We'll see if Justin can catch up through him, but man, J-Mac's doing a heck of a job holding him off.
Ferrari's on the move now. He just passed Dion for 8th position.
We're going to take a look at Ferrari Nut currently sitting in 8th. I hear David over the radio saying, watch out, Ferrari. I don't even see David out here. I don't know where he is, but I took a peek behind him, and Dion going off the track just a little bit, manages to hang on to it. But like Votek said, that man is a guy on a mission. He's going to make his way up through there, but I have a feeling that we're going to see some guys go in for another pit, so that'll catch them all up again.
No.
Well, that should play right into Ferrari's hand, and maybe that's why he stayed out. I mean, this once we get to talk to him and find out what he was thinking. I mean, like you said earlier, listening to them in the driver's lobby, even he was caught off guard, but it seemed to be working for him, and they're gonna have to go in again.
He was definitely surprised when everyone behind him was on pit road. Definitely shocked him.
Yeah. I'm looking at our leader now, Duke the Rebel. He is about 400 feet ahead of J-Mac, who's in 2nd. This guy, man, he knows his track here tonight. Running really, really well. And all I bet he's thinking is, please fuel hold out and let Ferrari Nut not catch up to me. Just hold him off, everyone. This guy is looking for a win.
Justin just passed J-Mac.
You see Justin pass up J-Mac, as Votek said. He's currently in 2nd. J-Mac in 3rd and off just a little bit. I don't know if there was maybe some contact or just getting loose around a turn. But yeah, J-Mac's going to have a run back again to see if he can capture 2nd place. But man, that Canada car is looking pretty good out there in 2nd. And that would be a season best for him if he can keep that in 2nd. Actually, no, it won't. He's got a win out there. What am I talking about?
Aiden going in turn 1 took it way wide. Definitely lost some grip there.
Hayden, he was one that was very strong in the beginning. We saw him out there in 3rd, falling back just a little bit. Let's take a look at him in 7th. He's directly behind Larry B. the G, who is in 5th. And Sky, who is in 6th. You can see how the car reacts when they hit through those puddles. It can be very sketchy, as we see Sky possibly hit one. He got a little loose going in there, manages to save it. He goes through the S's, and off they go. '49er, who are you looking at right now?
I'm still watching Justin, currently in 2nd. He's trying to make up ground on Duke the Rebel, but Duke is driving the race of his life. I'm curious if you could go up there, Frozen. How is Duke's fuel?
Well, we got Justin out there with 38%. Duke the Rebel looking a little better at 40%, just a couple of percentage better, but it's close. We're on lap 16 of 22. It's going to be very, very close. I don't see them being able to make it. I honestly think they would be a lap or 2 shy, probably closer to 2. But I have a feeling they're going to have to go in, and I'm curious when they're going to do it. For people who are closer together, I might do it sooner than later. But for Duke, he's definitely going to want to keep that lead out there and see how long it can take him. It's gonna be tight though, 49er. This is gonna be a crazy ending, I have a feeling.
It looks like it's gonna be headed in that direction, and whether it's however you look at it, if it's unfortunate or fortunate, we have a driver in the booth with us, Votek. So I want to get his spin on it now. If you're Votek, if you're Duke the Rebel right now, and Ferrari is back in the pack trying to gain ground, do you chance it with 5 laps left, or do you go in?
Well, Ferrari, I've been watching Ferrari recently. He's up to 6 now. He's right on the heels of Larry, who's in 5th. This guy's a man on a mission right now. He's got best tires. He's good to go on fuel. He's cutting away at the lead very rapidly. So Duke, it all depends on whether he can make it. I don't think he can with the way with how many laps we have left. I'd have to see what percent he's at, but it'll be very, very close if he wants to roll the dice and get his first win.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's see.
And so we've gotten Votek's view frozen. You've driven this track. What would you do?
It's not what would I do, it's what can you do at this point. You see, Ferrari not catching up to Larry. Larry got a little loose going off the track, but they're just going to have to wait till it comes closer to it. We see Ferrari not trying to make a pass for 5th. He is moving on up through the field. He wants that lead, and if these guys go in, he is definitely going to take that over very, very quick as he is rounding that final turn. As we head into lap 19. Wow, Ferrari or 49er, it's just going to be so close. This is crazy. 31%.
31%. Okay, I know. I'm not even going to ask myself, because I wouldn't be driving this track in the first place. So that's why I was asking you two, because like Votek said, Ferrari is moving through. Does he have enough time? We are on lap 18 of 22, or so. Anything could happen. Something probably will happen.
And as you say, anything can happen. Justin is quickly closing the gap to Duke the Rebel. I don't know if Duke, is just too concentrated on the fuel, but man, Justin and J-Mac are just on the move, closing that gap, catching up to Duke, trying to take over that first position there. Can they do it? It's going to be down to the wire, guys. Lap 18, J-Mac on the outside has a huge momentum going through there. Captures 2nd place, and he is going to make a run for current first.
Looking at the fuel right now, Justin was at 22%. Duke, our leader, was at 26.
So Duke is doing better at keeping that fuel in check. Justin going through a little bit more. We still got quite a few laps to go. We see Duke rounding this final turn. J-Mac quickly catching up to him, just closing that gap every second. And he's got no TCS, guys. I keep saying it. But rounding those turns, he is doing a terrific job keeping that car control in check. You got to give him a lot of props for that. But Duke is just trying to hold him off. He does not want to see this in his rear view. He's got, J-Mac and Justin both catching up to him pretty quickly. He's got to do something.
And J-Mac is about 3% higher on fuel than Duke. He's at 26, while Duke is at 23 now.
J-Mac is one that is very, very good at conserving his fuel and tire wear. I mean, he is one of the best that I have seen. So, Duke and Justin are going to be in trouble here. We're on lap 19 of 22 here. What do you guys think in chat? Can they do it? Who do you think can do it? We'll see as the laps wind down here, but we're on the final few laps of the race, lap 19 of 22. It's going to be too close. I can't even tell at this point. 20% for Duke, 19 laps. I just don't see it. I would say he has to go in the next couple of laps here. Like I said before, I think they're going to be a lap or two shy of being able to run the race out.
I'm if I'm not mistaken, I think we've had this scenario before where Duke was in the lead and he was low on fuel, and he it's all or nothing. He went all in and laid it on the line. I believe he came up short. I think he ran out of gas, but I don't know if this is going to be the same outcome.
We'll see. Aries is in chat and he says, I've studied this track. They can make it here on out. It's going to be crazy. If they can, I will be very impressed. The longest I've seen guys talk about making it is 11 laps. This would put them at 12 or 13 laps to make it to the final thing. So, we'll see what they can do.
I believe
Where's
Justin just
Ferrari Nut?
pitted.
Justin just pitted. All right. So,
He's up to third now.
we have Ferrari Nut in third. I was just about to say that. So he is about 500 feet behind J-Mac. It's going to be close. Oh, man. This race, lap 20 of 22. It's just, I'm on the edge of my seat at this point.
This is the exciting racing that you were talking about at the beginning of the race. We knew it was going to be like this towards the end of the race, and this is exactly what we expected.
I am very conservative when it comes to this. I'd be freaking out right now, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I'd just go in. I'm doing what Justin is doing, and I'm just going in. He's at 11% for Duke the Rebel. J-Mac is a couple of percentage higher. You gotta make it until 22. Can he do it? We're gonna find out around the corner if he's gonna take pit road entrance here, but man, you see how far spread out these guys are. If Duke can hold it off and finish this race, he's gonna get his first win of the season, and that is huge. Ferrari Nut is back there in third, about 1,000 feet behind Duke the Rebel. So we'll see what he does. 9% for Duke, guys. 9% for our leader. He stays out.
And I think, yep,
Man.
I think he's going to just...
Final lap, guys. It is the
Now,
final
correct-
lap. Once we hit that 22
That's
mark,
7.5 right now.
it's at 7. Yeah,
I
it's
think he
at
may
7.
be able to do it.
I think he's going to be able to
It's
pull
gonna
this
be
off,
so
folks.
close. J-Mac should be okay. If Duke can do it, J-Mac can certainly do it, as he's sitting at 9%. Ferrari Nut, he is obviously okay, so he'll bring home a third. But man, oh man, I bet he wishes that he went in when everyone else did. I'm gonna keep an eye on Duke the Rebel, see if he runs out or what's going on with fuel. At this point, it kind of does look like he's gonna make it. Aries is right on that one. Mike My Heart is racing also. It is crazy. This is absolutely bananas.
And he's put a gap on J-Mac now. He's extended that lead.
He has. I don't know if J-Mac is saving a little bit to try to conserve the fuel, but man, Ferrari Nut quickly approaching. Just absolutely crazy. The race that Ferrari has had to come back from not pitting has been absolutely incredible. 3% for Duke. Final couple of turns, guys. Can he do it? It is, man. He's going to be on fumes by
It's
the time
too
he
late
crosses
now.
over that line. It is too late now.
It's too late now.
If he runs out, that's it. He's going to be crawling to the finish line. The guys will
He's
pass
only
him
got
who
one
make
turn
it.
left.
He's going to, he's down to 1%. I'm
Oh,
so
it's
scared.
gonna be
Let's
close.
see. Can Duke make it around the turn? Can J-Mac take it? Can they bring it home?
He starts
Duke,
sputtering. J-Mac's got an opportunity. I think he's
can
out.
he do it?
Is he out?
He's still going.
will.
He's still going. J-Mac congratulates him on the win. Duke the Rebel is your winner here at the Grand
Wow.
Prix of Sebring. Absolutely incredible. Duke is celebrating over the radio. This guy is just, look at that fuel there. He's got nothing left.
Wow. He worked for that one. He earned that one.
After getting penalized last week 5 points, what a race for him. Congratulations to Duke the Rebel. Absolutely
Congratulations
incredible.
to Duke.
Ferrari
That
Nut
was a
still
hell of a
bringing
race.
home a
He was-
podium.
Absolutely. Well, I
Just
mean,
that-
come on now.
Just to add to the immersion right now, it is thundering and pouring out right now.
Wow.
So
Yeah, here too.
Duke is out there thanking
Yes.
Ferrari Nut for not going in when everyone else did. This guy is completely just Ferrari Nut wishing
Nice.
he knew what everyone else knew and went in. But man, they had me guessing. Aries, you called it there. Incredible, incredible race.
There they are. 1, 2, 3.
Let's take it over. We have Sky in 4th, Flow Dog in 5th. Justin, after going in the pits, came out in possibly 6th. We'll have to get a view on this after the race, but man, so close.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have stayed out. Votek wouldn't have stayed out. I wouldn't have been on the track in the first place. Duke had to know. He just had to believe and hold on to whatever lucky charm he was holding on to that's hanging off his steering wheel or controller, because that was a huge risk.
And
what?
this is going to be the point shakeup.
A huge point shakeup.
Garbage wasn't here today.
Yeah. Garbage wasn't here. Duke won. That gives him extra points right there. Ferrari Nut had pole. But after choosing not to pit, Duke capitalized on that, took home a 1st, J-Mac 2nd. Ferrari came back for 3rd, so you can't complain about that. But yeah, it's going to definitely shake up the points battle here. A lot of guys completely out of fuel, guys pushing each other. It's good.
Dion's just completely at a dead stop.
Yeah. So many guys are just completely out of fuel, and we gotta get them across the line. We gotta know who finished where. We gotta finish the race. So we'll see if we can get them across the line. After that, we'll get the guys in for an interview here. Votek, I have a question. Would you try and hang out now that you know what happened? But you and I thought they weren't going to make it, but would you hang out as long as you could to see if you could, or would you just go ahead and pit?
Oh, obviously, unless I going past pit road that it was yelling at me saying, hey, you need to pit now. You have to push it because, it's just, man, I was a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, that was crazy. I hear J-Mac saying over the radio, I honestly thought I was one of the only ones that could make it on fuel. He was apparently not expecting a lot of the guys to be able to save that and make it past the line, but they, incredibly enough, they did. I'm curious to see how the rest of the field finished, so hopefully we can get them through and get them past. We only have 3 guys. It was that back there. Is that still Dion? That is
I think
Dion.
Pirate Monkey's out of fuel
out.
too.
Monkey is out of
Monkey's
gas.
out, yep.
Yeah. Oh man, look at Dion just crawling. You see that flag man right there? Get him out there pushing him. He's just standing around just watching them go by. Have him push him.
Go run and get me a can of gas.
Oh, good grief. David giving Dion a shove. We got a nice train of cars. Let's all push each other. That's so ridiculous. That's awesome. A much different race than last week. Emotions were high last week. I know that this had to be a stressful race, but man, oh man, it was a great one. Let's get these guys in here. I know Duke has to be beyond excited, so let's see if we can get him in here.
He's definitely he's a very animated guy.
He is you said it. When he's excited, you know it. When he's not, you know it. All right, we'll get J-Mac in here. Where's J-Mac? Welcome, guys. Duke the Rebel with that win tonight. Man, oh man, congratulations on that one.
Hold on, you guys have been waiting for it for a very long time, but I gotta do it. Yeah!
I mean, you are excited and you have every right to be. Absolutely incredible run for you. Did you think you were going to be able to make it on the fuel?
Not really. But I did have some help before the race and during the race, mentally and through the strategy. But really, it was all up to whether or not I figured out how to save my fuel, and thankfully I did. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
Even when during the race at the beginning, you started mid-field, I have to say, and you were already making your way to the front. What were your lap times looking at, and how are you feeling out there?
They were pretty damn good. Like, I had barely practiced all week. I had only practiced a little bit earlier this week after Coda. But after I practiced tonight during the open lobby, I was able to get a 51.3, which I didn't best until the race, where I got a 51.1 when I was leading, I presume. So it all actually worked down the end with my pace there. So I think that also contributed to the win.
First win of the season, and as Votek said, that's going to shake up the points here. So, man,
Yeah.
it's going to be crazy. But I'll tell you what, you had some great battles out there, and making your way to first and keeping it. That's incredible.
That's my first win in over a year. I'm just happy it finally happened, and that's my first legit win that didn't come from some sort of bad luck from the other drivers or somebody making a mistake. It was just racing and just being the better car at the end of the race.
You did damn well. So congratulations to you on the win tonight here at the Grand Prix of Sebring. How do you feel about next week? Where are we headed to next week?
I have no clue. Somebody get
We
That's
are
a
at,
very good question.
we are at Sonoma next week.
Sonoma.
Oh, Lord.
Duke's like, don't
I've
talk
had
about next
some-
week.
I've-
Let me celebrate this week.
Yeah. Sonoma was not a good race for me last season because I got held up, but it will be a better race hopefully this season because it seems like the competition in the front of the field is a lot better, and it will be definitely more of a challenge, but it will hopefully be a lot more fun than last year.
Yeah, you know, and after last week's race, I know that you had some penalties going on. So what a comeback. Yeah, absolutely. Redemption from last week. You came home, brought home a win. Incredible night for you. I'm super excited. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
All right,
He's gonna
49er,
be
take
hard
it
night.
over.
All right. First off, obviously, congratulations on a great race to Duke the Rebel, and congratulations on a great race to J Mac. You were trying to run him down, J Mac. You ran out of time, or you ran out of laps?
I just completely misplayed it. I had way too much fuel at the end. I should have pushed a little harder. I underestimated him is what happened. I underestimated those guys who were able to make it there at the end, and he did a very good job of fuel saving. I didn't think he would make it, so I was just kind of taking that really easy because me and Skyland were getting a little better fuel mileage than everyone else, and I really thought they were going to run out, so I just took it real easy. I let him go when he got to me. I let Justin go when he got to me. Both of those guys were faster than me anyway. Him and both of those two and Ferrari had better pace than me, just straight up like that. So I figured I had those two beat on fuel mileage, and then Ferrari, we kind of snookered him and kept him out by himself, all lonesome like, and he had to pit while I knew that I could make it, and I should have pushed harder at the beginning of that. Forced him to try to run me down a little bit and then save because I had the track position. I just misplayed it there. Dang it! I just screwed up and he outthought me and outdid me there. So, dang it! That sucks because it feels like one that got away. If I just would have driven a smarter race. But I mean, he was faster than me anyway, and like I said, Justin ran out of fuel there. He was a little faster than me, and Ferrari was the class of the field. So to come across, to be kind of fourth on pace and to finish with a second's pretty good. That's a good day. It just, dang it, I had the strategy right there. I just didn't execute it very well.
And you were up front for the majority of the race. So at what point did you realize that you needed to try to make something, make a move, and your plan wasn't working?
It was when they immediately backed up to me because I let them go, and I figured they would run each other out of fuel. I figured they would race each other and run each other out of fuel. And when both of them immediately backed up to me after like I let Justin go, and then like 2 or 3 laps later, both of them came back. I was like, crap! I let them get way too far out, and I allowed them to save because I mean, if you're by yourself, you could save pretty hard by just letting off really early and coasting into these corners and off throttle time. So that was when I knew that I had to go, and I was trying so hard to push him, and I just couldn't. I couldn't find the pace, couldn't find the rear grip to stay with him there to force him to run hard and not allow him to be conservative at all. And that was when I knew that things were not going to be great. I still had a lot of hope that he would run out, but when we were going through the final corner there, and he's able to power off full song. It's like, dang it, they're going to an opportunity for a win. But I had a lot of fun. I mean, that was a fun race. It's really fun driving this track in the wet. So it was a really fun race. Just dang, second sucks.
We've heard that before.
Well, it was a fun race, and it was fun watching it, and you guys, did an excellent job. Now, Sonoma, how do you feel about that, and do you like that track or no?
I love Sonoma. I mean, the worst I've ever finished there was I think fifth in season one, and I finished third there, and I wrecked on the last lap in season two, and then season three I finished second to a super sub. So uh, I really, really, really love Sonoma. It's a fun track. It's going to be a lot trickier, I feel like, with these cars. It might be almost Indianapolis, just Indianapolis, GP-ish. Really hope not, because God, that car was impossible to handle in a few places. But the downhill S's, especially the first part of it, is really really tough in these cars, I feel like. But I love that track. That track is fun. I feel like I'm really good there. I feel like it's probably one of my better places compared to everyone else in the league. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
All right. Well, you heard it here, folks. J Mac likes Sonoma. You're a better man than me. I mean, but you drive better than me anyway, so I mean that goes without saying. I wish you the best of luck next week. We will be sure to tune in and wish you a great race. Congratulations on a great race tonight, even though, second sucks, but I mean, you were up there and you were in the mix, and I think you did great. So, Frozen.
We're gonna bring it over to. I was waiting for him to say something else. I'm like, Frozen.
I know. He didn't really give me the opportunity to drop a thank you very much and congratulations to Duke. I had that loaded up in the chamber, ready to go.
My bad.
So I was just like,
my bad.
Oh,
it was like somebody just stepped on my foot.
I stopped short.
We love you, 49er. Ferrari Nut. We saw it there. Man, I know that you wish you went in with everyone else. You were the only one to stay out. What were you thinking when that happened?
As soon as I saw the entire field duck into the pits behind me, I was like, well, got it cut out for me now.
You still finished
Honestly,
third,
I
though.
wasn't. That's what being a second faster than everybody else on every lap does for you. It enables you to make up for your stupid mistakes on occasion. And that's all that was a stupid mistake. I thought it was too borderline to make. And I was proved wrong, but not by much.
Most of us in the booth, in fact, all of us pretty much in the booth, did not think it was going to be possible to finish out the race. But man, oh man, they cut it down to the wire, came out over the finish line on fumes, did a great job. But Ferrari Nut, you made your way back through the field after all that and still got third. Were you concerned that you could even pull out a podium after that happened?
For a while, and then they all started backing off and saving, and they all just basically came straight back to me. I didn't have to pass Justin on track because he conceded to the pit lane with a couple of laps to go. Um, but definitely one of the more interesting races I've had of my own making there. Came out of the pits and I was in dead last, and then a lap later I'm on the back end of 10th place. So
Not
definitely,
too bad.
but still, um, I think if that caution had come a lap earlier, wouldn't have happened. I'd have made that work to perfection and whatnot, but just happened to come at that exact moment where it's kind of on the fence.
Yeah, it definitely changed things up. You got on the pole tonight. You had a nice gap between you and second, but obviously the caution came out and you were the only one who didn't pit. Still came back to third, so congratulations to you on that. That is going to shake up points just a little bit. I got to ask, how do you feel about Sonoma, though?
Well, let's see if I can throw away another one that I should win, because that has been a track that the first 2 seasons I'm pretty sure I dominated that track and didn't give anybody else even a chance, really. Whether by strategy or raw pace. So let's see if I can throw away a third one this season that I should have won.
We'll see. We got some fast guys out there ready to give you some competition, so don't count them out for sure. But great night. We had Duke the Rebel bringing home a win for this season, his first win, so huge congratulations to him. He says the first win for him in a year. So he's going to try to carry this momentum over to next week at Sonoma, but we're going to be headed to round 11. It's crazy, 49ers coming to a close, and I'm a little sad, but we still got a lot of racing left. But another great race here tonight.
I can't say enough about this race tonight. Hats off to Duke, hats off to J-Mac, hats off to Ferrari. Hats off to everybody. Congrats to the top 3 podium finishers. In spite of everything that happened, and to the guys that didn't get to finish. Hopefully next week will be better. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I hate Sonoma, but I know these guys love it.
Can I pose a quick question to everybody?
Sure.
Are you not entertained?
I mean, it was pretty intense tonight. I gotta say, y'all had me on the edge of my seat throughout the battles, throughout the entire race, but especially the final laps. Votek, thank you for being the driver spotlight tonight and hanging out with us. Sorry to see your race cut short, but it was good to have you in the booth for a little bit.
It's unfortunate, but it's definitely fun to step in here and watch the rest of the race with you guys. Definitely gave me a good taste of something that I may want to try doing later down the road. But yeah, it's unfortunate that to lag out and lose points in the Rookie of the Year standings. That's really the only thing that I'm running for, and a little disappointing, but hopefully be able to rebound for tomorrow, for next week.
Votek, if it makes you feel any better, you are the only rookie to get a podium. So I mean,
yeah, no, I mean there's a pretty good gap, but still, anything is possible. So
it's true. It's true,
Yeah.
and he's got that fight in him, so he definitely wants to keep pushing, knowing Votex. Absolutely. All right, guys, that is it for us tonight. Thank you for everyone who joined in. HB Mystic, hope you're doing well. He says, sounds like a motivational message. You know what? Last week, if you heard over the radio, it was a little different. We had a couple of rivalries going on, but these guys are a great group of guys. Love hanging out with them. They're a lot of fun. But Monkey Dust says, it is official. I'll be working the NHRA and the Burnout box. That is pretty exciting. So that's pretty awesome. He is a driver in here. He is Pirate Monkey. So have fun with doing that. That's pretty awesome. But that is it for us tonight. Next week, you heard it there, we'll be back at Sonoma. Same day, same time, Monday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, you guys take it easy. I'll be back streaming tomorrow. We'll be back on Forza for some open public lobbies. Should be a lot of fun. Take it easy, guys.